Hey guys, Man here with another video for you. So this is continuing our ship series, and we're now going to be talking about the Aegis Reclaimer. So let's get on to this. So, the Reclaimer from noted military contractor AEGIS is an industrial quality salvage ship equipped with a reinforced cargo bay, a long-range jump drive, and launch pods for unmanned drones. The Reclaimer is the ideal ship for taking advantage of deep space wrecks. Tractor beams, floodlights, scanner options, and docking ports round out the tool chest on this capable utilitarian spacecraft. Today, the Aegis Reclaimer is the company's best-selling remaining military contract ship. The Reclaimers are heavy-duty space salvage ships designed for a strong support role. The design isn't pretty to look at, but it features a variety of rugged specialized tools, all designed for operation in a combat theater. Long-range jump drives, launch pods for drones, tractor beams, floodlights, and more. Reclaimers are also a common sight on the frontier, where they are adapted as dedicated salvage ships and explorers. A crew traveling deep space in a Reclaimer should be capable of taking home some of whatever the mysteries they happen to come across. Aegis has built the perfect ship for those who want to go out and write their own Star Citizen story. Equipped with a massive multi-tool arm, the Reclaimer can grab spaceborne salvage and then carry it aboard for processing. In addition to a large cargo hold, the hull is packed with reclamation equipment, capable of processing and storing up to a constellation's worth of salvage. The Reclaimer's turrets are multi-use hardpoints which can be mounted with defensive guns, missile batteries, additional tractor beams, floodlights, scanners, or other salvage-specific options. The ship carries an array of Surveyor-class drones for seeking out valuable items in the distant depths. So let's quickly have a look at its technical overview here, and then we'll do some theory crafting after. So let's get started. Right, so what do we have on this capable utilitarian spacecraft? We have a large radar. Now that's apparently going to be a high density scanner for whatever reason that is. I'm pretty sure that's for detecting dead ships within like clusters of asteroid fields, so it's a pretty powerful scanner. We've got 3 medium computers, 1 capital class power plant. It has 3 large coolers, 2 medium shield generators, and a large. It has 4 large fuel intakes, 4 large fuel tanks, a large quantum drive, a large jump module, a large quantum fuel tank. It's pretty handy. Thrusters, we're looking at 2 vector, we've got 6 retro, 2 main, and we have 12 fixed thrusters for maneuvering. So weapons, it has a turret, which is a manned turret. It's got 2 size 5 guns on it, and it also has 6 size 3 turrets, which are remote turrets placed around the hull. Each one is mounted with 2 size 3 weapons, which is pretty handy. So yeah, this ship has got a really solid defense, and I'd be very careful if I was someone trying to attack something like this. So for utility items, it has 2 size 3 and size 4 option. So that's pretty cool for its utility items. So let's move on now to its specifications. Right, so the length is 155 meters, it's a big beast, its beam is 118 meters, and its height is 50 meters. It's a very tall ship. Its size is large, its mass is 9,501,158 kilograms. Structural is 360 cargo capacity. Now please remember folks, a lot of the internal room is taken up by the salvage equipment. It's got a min crew of 4 and a maximum crew of 5. So, the Aegis Reclaimer. It's a pretty big beast of a ship, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it being put in the verse. This is my personal favorite ship in the game. Yeah, no, I really do love it. I love its grungy aesthetic kind of feel. It's very sort of dystopian, apocalyptic kind of future kind of look to it. I do love the fact that you can live on board this thing, which is a really cool bonus. It's designed to be going out for very long periods of time. It's a very cool ship in that regard. It is strictly, though, utilitarian. It's designed as a space garbage truck. That's essentially what this thing is. It goes out, it finds debris, it churns it up into money, and more of the delicate items such as weapons, coolers, or those sort of things you can strip off of the ship and store in the cargo bay and other areas, just so you don't damage those items, but you can literally turn a ship down and literally, if you want to, just turn it down to raw materials, which is pretty handy. Now, Tony Zurvek explained that there's going to be multiple levels to the salvage mechanic in the game, and the Reclaimer is the end game salvage ship. It is an end game level ship. The way it works is with salvage is you'll be able to peel off different layers of a ship, so you can extract different materials and make profits from those. Some ships might have more valuable materials on their hull, such as stealth, like a stealth layer on their armor and stuff like that, and you can peel that away and break it down for raw materials, and those raw materials will be very high value. And then again, you might come up against like a rust bucket where the material will be very low value, but there'll be a lot of it. So yeah, and then there's the other level of salvage, which is making money from things like engines, computers, weapons, turrets, all these sort of things you take off of the ship as you're breaking it down. So as you're flying along, you might come across something like a Starfarer out there, which has been basically destroyed. It's just a wreck. You'll be able to turn down that entire thing to just a husk. You'll be able to take everything off of it of value and extract the rest for raw materials, essentially grinding up the entire ship into little itty bitty pieces, which is pretty cool. I do like that idea. I also like the fact that the Reclaimer is designed to operate in battlefields and things like that, essentially though as they described as a space hoover. So it can look after itself in a fight. The Reclaimer is one of the few ships out there, especially that is in a non-military role, that can defend itself effectively without any supporting craft. The Reclaimer is caked with turrets and weapons, and for any would-be fighters just looking to, you know, harass something like a cargo ship or something, they would have to think twice before attacking a Reclaimer, especially for pirates. Pirates have to beware when going near a Reclaimer. They don't want to end up as salvage, because the amount of like turrets this thing has and its tractor beams and things like that it's pretty lethal. So if you were to get your engines crippled by a Reclaimer, there's an example for you. You went on an attacking run, it's just you and your buddies and a cutlass, and you went on the bad end of these turrets, and it's hit your engines, or it's hit something important like your power plant, and it's stopped your power output, so your ship is now drifting in space. So you and a few buddies inside this thing. If you get caught in those tractor beams, you're going to be brought towards the claw, and because this thing is probably going to be operating in lawless space, it's going to basically churn the ship up into raw resources and minerals and basically money with you still inside. So it'll bring one of those really interesting gameplay dynamics of you know, survival and stuff. I also see Reclaimers being used as pirate vessels themselves. Because of the volume of turrets they have and their ability to break ships down to basically raw resources, it's a very worrying ship to come across. The only thing you have going for you though, if you see a pirate Reclaimer, is you got speed on your side. These things are gonna be slow, like really, really slow. The Reclaimer's a big beast. It's not gonna have much maneuverability. It's going to be hard to maneuver, especially in atmosphere. It's going to be a bit of a tricky one to fly. But then again, the Reclaimer also features another role, not just only salvage. It also doubles as a relic hunter. How relics work in the game is, we have a little bit of info on this from Hades, the Hades system, where there are relics there that you're not allowed to go down there and build or take stuff out of Hades, because UE has got like a protected system. It's against the law essentially. But there are relics on many various different planets from alien races that have gone long extinct that are very, very valuable. And the Reclaimer also doubles as a relic hunter. And I really do like that gameplay dynamic of this ship. So yeah, I really do love the Reclaimer. It's a very cool ship. For some quick more theory crafting here on survival elements, the Reclaimer does feature a full complement of like living quarters and stuff. Like it has everything you're gonna need. It's got a kitchen, it's got like showers, it's got escape pods, which is very important to note. The escape pods will come in handy when, say, the worst should happen. Now, my advice to you is when using a Reclaimer, use it to its best ability. So go out to find wrecks that you obviously receive information on, but I would advise to you is go into the fringes of UEE controlled space, especially if you have lifetime insurance. But I would take this thing outside the bubble and go to some more frontier type systems and frontier towns on planets and stuff and get information from places like that, because the value of the resources the further out you get is going to be higher. Salvaging Vandal wrecks and things like that will give you unique weapons and shield components if they're still intact, and materials. So the further out you get, the risk goes higher, but also does the rewards. The Reclaimer is a big, hefty kind of a beast. It's got good shielding and armor, and it's got a really good weapons complement. So I'd advise you to take this thing out way beyond the general area of most utility craft. Most utility crafts, such as Orions, Hull series, cargo freighters, will be operating in relatively well-policed space. Sure, you may catch a few caterpillars operating outside the bubble and things like that, but the Reclaimers are a few of the ships that can go out into the unknown, like the Carrack, but with no support. Like, the Carrack is well armed for its purposes, and so is the Reclaimer. It's one of those long-range ships that's designed to not operate with a bunch of ships following it down, like, because it's designed to churn up profit. You can't make much money if you're bringing a small complement of fighters with you, because you'll be obviously paying those guys. The Reclaimer is designed to make maximum money from a really dirty business, which is churning down essentially scrap into money. So the Reclaimer is a pretty cool ship in that regard. You'll be able to make money where most ships won't be able to, and extract raw resources from that sort of stuff, and you may come across some really valuable components which you'll be able to make a killing on. Like you might be able to come across some military grade components from maybe a destroyed hammerhead that you find floating out in deep space. You'll be able to get a whole bunch of those military grade components, put them in the hold, and when you do come back with all of your raw resources, you'll be able to go to somewhere like Dumper's Depot and sell these military grade components at quite a high profit. So yeah, that's going to pretty much cover the Reclaimer, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been another Star Citizen ship video, and yeah, you know the drill, commanders. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.